Deploying.
Welcome to another side up. In this particular side up, we're actually going to retrieve the remains of the man on fire. Skullface told us that the thirst for revenge can keep a man or can keep a person's spirit living and haunting those that it seeks vengeance upon. So, though this may seem very supernatural and very spiritual, and this game is entwined between mixing that which is real and that which is fictitious, we have come to assume that Volgin is actually the man on fire. Fair and fine, initially we would assume this because the man on fire wore similar GRU attire, or should I say he wore similar Soviet military attire that Volgin wore. He was the same stature as Volgin, same height, same muscle mass, same body type, and Volgin has a deep-rooted history with Big Boss, or should I say who he once was, and that was Naked Snake. Volgin's father secured a piece of the philosopher's legacy, which at the time was a bank account, a chip to a bank account which retained $100 billion, and due to inflation could be about a couple $1 trillion. So he had assumed this amount of money, which initially was divided amongst the major powers of the world at the time after World War II, which put Volgin in a very, very powerful situation. But then, of course, that didn't end there. Volgin wanted to create a utopia in which the Soviet Union would thrive and he would rule amongst other leaders in the Soviet Union, and that he would end this Cold War by becoming the dominant leader within the world and provide a sort of utopia. He had a sense of peace, just not the same type of peace that we are used to where there is no war. He found that a peace through a utopia of heavy-handed ruling would be the right way for mankind to develop without any objection, without any way of being distracted. He wanted mankind to be focused onto one goal, and that is to further humanity in the way through military research and amongst other things. So Volgin had his sense of utopia, but of course Naked Snake was sent in to stop him because of the fact that he had also created a nuclear tank which could be mounted in any region by the name of the Shagarhod, which would be able to launch intercontinental ballistic missiles to any continent which opposed him, and most likely, well, not most likely, but mostly the United States of America. The range on the intercontinental ballistic missiles was that large, and of course one of his colonels at the time, who was developing this with him, also had plans for a bipedal tank, but he hadn't given these plans to Volgin yet, and instead sent these plans to Huey Emmerich, who was his contact on the other side of the Iron Curtain, on the American side, of course. And this person was Granin, who Volgin later on killed. But like I said, after the events of the virtuous mission in which the boss, Big Boss's mentor, or should I say Naked Snake's mentor, was sent in as a double agent, triple crossing, sent in there to prove America's innocence within the situation and to be a true patriot towards the end. She was sent there and she launched a nuclear strike on Russian soil with American equipment, which kind of put America in a very big pickle. So of course Snake was sent in to kill her, retrieve the philosopher's legacy, and stop Volgin's uprising. The Shaga Horde was destroyed, and of course Snake killed Volgin. So due to this revenge, Volgin did not die. Instead, Volgin was taken back to a facility in which he was further experimented on while he was unconscious, and of course Psycho Mantis was experimented on as well while he was still a young boy. So these are the remains of Volgin after all the experimentation and mutations that they did to him. I'll see you soon. I hope you enjoyed the little chat.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
I barely recognize you, Colonel. Skullface used your thirst for revenge against Big Boss, did he?
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Development project has been added.